Shri Gurubhyo Namah Hari Om. Om Akhandananda Sambodha Bandana Yasya Jayate Govindam Tamaham Vande Chidananda Tanam Gurum. So yesterday we were seeing Aham Kshudhavan Trishnavan ityādyanubhavādapi. So because of the experience also, after explaining the yukti, the syllogism, what is the logic? We said with syllogism. ātmā prāṇa bhavitum arhati. Prāṇa eva ātmā. You can say it. Prāṇa is ātmā. Why? Indriyanam cheshta sarvavasthasu avasthavatvat. It exists in all the states. It has existence in all the states. Therefore, prana is ātmā. That is logic. And experiences are aham kshudhavan, aham trishnavan, I am thirsty, I am hungry. This is experience. And thirst and hunger belongs to prana. Therefore, that is also established. Now, shruti, and coming to that, he says, śrutyānyo'ntara ātmā prāṇamaya itīryate yasmāt tasmātprāṇasyātmatvaṃ yuktaṃ no karaṇasaṃjñānāṃ kvāpi. śrutyānyo'ntara ātmā prāṇamaya itīryate yasmāt tasmātprāṇasyātmatvaṃ yuktaṃ no karaṇasaṃjñānāṃ kvāpi. By the shruti also, yasmāt, because of śrutya, the shruti also says anyontara ātmā prāṇamaya. After talking about annamaya, the shruti says anyontara ātmā prāṇamaya. Inside this there is another self that is called as prāṇamaya. Tena isha purna, and that fills it completely. Fills this annamaya, this physical body, completely. Savāyesha purusha veda eva. This is of the nature of purusha, self. Over. Okay. Now, ātmā anyontara ātmā prāṇamaya. Very clearly it says there is something else inside. That is what is prāṇa, and that prāṇa is ātmā. Okay. Tasmāt prāṇasyātmatvaṃ yuktaṃ. Therefore, it is logical to accept that prāṇa is ātmā. karaṇasaṃjñānāṃ kvāpi no. Kvāpi no yuktaṃ. That which is instrument, that which is given the name of instrument, those instruments can never be called as a ātmā. Instruments cannot be the ātmā. The one who applies, uses those instruments is ātmā. Okay? Now. Okay? Fine. What is ātmā? Prāṇa. So everyone is as though they are all hoodooed. So everyone thinks, oh, tick tock, what is ātmā? Prāṇa, prāṇa, prāṇa. Now, niścayametasya dūṣayatyaparo jaḍaḥ bhavatyātmā kathaṃ prāṇah vāyurevaiṣa āntaraḥ. When this fellow is very good, start. Did you see? Prāṇa is ātmā. Prāṇa, prāṇa, prāṇa. Everyone is like prāṇa, prāṇa. And then in this situation, the other fellow, niścayametasya dūṣayatyaparo jaḍaḥ bhavatyātmā kathaṃ prāṇah vāyurevaiṣa āntaraḥ itīryatasya niścayam. When this fellow has concluded, has determined, this is what it is. That determination, āparaḥ jaḍaḥ dūṣayati. Āparaḥ dūṣayati. Normally we said that the other fellow comes and condemns that, refutes that. But here he is not just saying āparaḥ dūṣayati. Another fellow comes and refutes. This fellow, don't think this fellow is refuting the old fellow, therefore this fellow is smarter. Jaḍaḥ is inert, means one who has jada buddhi, inert intellect. He does not have a smart intellect. He is not smart. He is not intelligent. He is an inert fellow. So this inert fellow, he comes and condemns that, refutes that. How? Kathaṃ prāṇah ātmā bhavati. How can prāṇa be the ātmā? How can vital air be ātmā? Why not? Yesho āntara vāyurevaiṣa. This is just a air which is inside. How can some air which is inside, which is flowing inside you, be the self? No. How can it not be self? I'll explain. bahiryātyantarāyāti bhastrikāvāyuvanmuhuḥ nahitam va na nahitam vā'hitaṃ va svamanyadvā veda kiñcana bahiryāti āntaraḥ bhastrikāvāyuvat muhuḥ nahitam va ahitam va svamanyadvā veda kiñcana. Bhastrikāvāyuvat, like bhastrikāvāyu, vayu prāṇa, bhastrikā prāṇayama. Don't think, oh, we are talking about bhastrika pranayama. No, we are not yogis. Yogis do a pranayama called as bhastrika pranayama, which will be like dog breath kind of. Okay, I don't prescribe any pranayama at any point of time. If at all I prescribe only one pranayama, which is Nadi Shuddhi pranayama. That's all. Don't get into any of these pranayama techniques, which is not. It is all kriya yuktaṃ. It is self is not something which can be gained through your acts. So it's all going to be a trouble. Okay, so don't get into all those stupid things. So yogis have beautiful ideas. Oh, that pranayama, this pranayama. Oh, everything is beautiful. So, but the whole point is useless. Don't get into all that. Okay. Now, bhastrika. What does that bhastrika means? Bhastrika means bellow. If you have been to the blacksmith, nowadays the blacksmiths don't use blacksmith or the goldsmith. That fellow also uses this. But nowadays they don't use this. In olden days they used to have this bellow. So even the blacksmith, when he puts the iron rod into the fire to make something, he needs the fire burning fiercely. The temperature should be high so that the iron starts getting heated up, red hot. So for that, what you normally do is, if it's a small thing, then you use a pipe to blow. That can be done with small things. But the problem is, if he is going to use a pipe to blow, then he is going to be blown. Because there are two problems. It is more air he needs again and again. That is one problem. Two is he is also going to inhale the smoke. That is going to be another dangerous problem. So that is not a solution. So what these fellows they do is, because they have to concentrate on beating also. If he is going to lose his energy on this, then how can he beat the iron? So that is not possible. So what they do is they have this bellow. It's like a bag with a pipe. So they just pull that bag. They have that has a handle or something. So he just pulls that stick and then drops it. The air flows through the pipe. Like in the harmonium. Then when you pull that thing, the air comes. Then you press the buttons and the sound comes. So it's similarly. Okay. Now, that bellow, the air comes or the pump which you use to pump the air in a football or in a cycle tire. There should be air. Only then if you press it, goes under, fills the ball, etc. Right? So he says, bhastrikāvāyuvat, like the bhastrikāvāyu, like the vayu in that bellow, muhuḥ bahihi yāti antah āyāti. Again and again, muhuḥ, again and again, bahiryāti, it comes out and āntaraḥ, it goes in. Comes inside and goes outside. Bahiryāti goes outside and comes inside. Āyāti means comes. It comes inside. That is not the only reason I'm saying it is not the self. Also, hitam va na veda. It does not understand whether it is good or bad. It is conducive for itself or not. See, let us say you are bellowing this using that, you are blowing the air using the bellow. Now, let us say there is a small spark which comes and hits the bag, and the bag becomes, there is a hole in the bag. It makes a hole in the bag. Now, while you bellow, the air is going to get released, therefore you are not going to get that same amount of pressure. So the air inside the bellow does not say, okay, there is air leaking, so I'll condense myself and stick up on that hole. No, it doesn't happen. It doesn't know whether it's good or bad for itself. Okay? Now, svamanyadvā na veda kiñcana. It doesn't know itself or others. The air does not know itself or others. If you are blowing, the fire catches this whole pipe and things, then it doesn't know whether it is blowing and making fire inside the oven or in itself. It doesn't know. So that air which goes and comes inside cannot be self. Then what is? Wait, I have some more things to say about this prana. jaḍaḥ karmayuktaśca sarvadā prāṇasya bhānaṃ manasi sthite supte na dūṣayate. jaḍasvabhāvaścapalaḥ karmayuktaśca sarvadā prāṇasya bhānaṃ manasi sthite supte na dūṣayate. Beautiful. This prana, what is this nature of this prana? jaḍasvabhāvaścapalaḥ. It is of the nature of inert. It is inert. It cannot understand itself for others, therefore it is inert. Chapala, sarvada, chapala, it is always a chapala. Chapala means that which is not stay steady. It's always moving. Vāyur vahati, vāyur chalati, vāyur gacchati. The vayu moves here and there. Always moves. It doesn't stay stagnant at one place. And karmayuktaśca, it is endowed with karma. Because chalati, it goes. Goes means it is endowed with karma. Not just that it plucks the tree out and the post out and things like that. It just blows everything. So, therefore, it is endowed with a karma also. So, he says, and is another thing. Vayu does not, the prana does not know itself for others. But who knows the prana? Manasi sthite prāṇasya bhānaṃ bhavati or dūṣayate. When the mind exists, then you see the existence of prana, you understand the existence of prana. Actually, without mind, there is no comprehension of prana itself. Now, when we don't even remember that we are inhaling or exhaling. Only when you are asked to do inhale, exhale, we understand, okay, we have to inhale, we have to exhale. Only there you do that. Otherwise, we don't even feel the inhaling and exhaling. It just happens without our knowledge. Now, when the yogis do, there is a difference. What happens is, he says, manasi sthite prāṇasya. When we are, let us not go to the yogis first. Let us understand ourselves. Sometimes when we are doing meditation, there is a state of blank. It comes, no, nothing happened to me. We come back like that. What? You forgot to breathe. Oh, then meditation is dangerous. No, you didn't forget to breathe. The breathing becomes subtle. While doing the meditation, the breathing becomes subtle. And because of that, what happens is you are not used to that kind of subtle breathing. So suddenly your mind says, oh, I'm out of oxygen. So it just pulls in the oxygen. That is what is happening there. Okay? There's nothing to worry about. The body will be sustained till you are prāṛabdhā. If you are prāṛabdhā to die in meditation, you cannot be helped. So the thing is, yogis, about their prana, this Yoga Sutra says, dirghascha sukshmascha, dirgha sukshmaha. The prana becomes dirgha, elongated, and sukshma, subtle. It becomes so elongated, like we say, we can go till a long period also. Dog. It can be only doing that bastrika kind of pranayama. It cannot do long pranayama. Okay. Now, yogis don't need this kind of thing. They can just elongate. That is why when the yogis practice the kumbhaka and all under the guidance of Guru, then they'll extend the kumbhaka, retaining power of prana, they'll extend it 4 seconds, 8 seconds, 16 seconds, 12 seconds, 16 seconds, kind of 64 seconds, etc. So, and it goes on and on when they go on practicing that. Now, because naturally when you control the mind, the prana also gets controlled. Naturally, there is a kumbhaka taking place. We don't have to worry about kumbhaka and all. Useless, that is. Okay. So, getting into the water, they'll be like inside the water, and or they'll be covered with mud, etc. Nothing happens. They'll come back. Oh, okay. How can they do that? Because their prana becomes so subtle, they don't need all this. Okay. So he says, manasi sthite prāṇasya bhānaṃ. Only when the mind exists, you understand you are breathing. In sleep, supte na dūṣayatyate. In sleep, you don't see your prana. Who knows that I am breathing or not? You only others know that you are breathing when you are sleeping because of your snoring sound. Or you can see the other breathing because of their snoring sound, or because of their movement in the body, the rising and the falling of their chest, etc. But with that you understand, okay, that person is sleeping. So this is how I also probably sleep, because we never know that we are snoring. Others will complain that we are snoring. We never know that, right? So that is why he says, you don't know that you are breathing in the sleep. Okay, fine. What is self? You don't say that. I understood. Mind is not the self. Fine. Over. Yes. Mind is not self. Okay. Manastu sarvam janati sarvavedana karanam yat tasmātmana eva ātmā prānastu no. Prana is not ātmā. Okay. So what is ātmā? So he says, manastu sarvam janati sarvavedana karanam yat tasmātmana eva ātmā prānastu na kadāchana. So manastu sarvam janati sarvavedana karanam yad tasmāt mana eva ātmā prānastu na kadāchana. So he is giving the syllogism, tarka, we call it prayoga. Okay. Yad sarvavedana karanam tad manastu sarvam janati. That which is the cause for experiencing, knowing everything, the existence of everything. That mind is definitely that which understands everything. Therefore, tasmāt mana eva ātmā prānastu na kadāchana. Prana can never be ātmā. Mind is the ātmā. So the syllogism is manaha ātmā. Reason? Sarva vedana karanatvat, since it is the one which experiences everything, which knows everything. Therefore, mind is the ātmā. Fine? That is the syllogism. So, yukti is done. Now, he is going to the logic, the experience. So, and the shruti also. Sankalpavanaham chintavanaham chakirkalpavan ityādyanubhavādanyo'ntara ātmā manomaya ityādi śrutisabhāvā yuktaṃ manasa ātmata sankalpavan aham chintavan aham cha vikalpavan ityādi anubhavat anyontara ātmā manomaya ityādi śrutisabhāvāt yuktaṃ manasa ātmata. So after establishing the yukti, now is coming to the anubhava and shruti. What is the anubhava? What is the experience? That the mind itself. Aham sankalpavan, aham chintavan, aham vikalpavan cha. Aham sankalpavan. I have these intentions. Sankalpa, intention. Okay? A desire for something. That intention is sankalpa. Chintavan. Then, whatever you have the intention, whatever idea you have, the will you have to apply your mind to gain that whatever you intend to. Right? So, that thinking is chinta. Vikalpa. Vikalpa means choice. Is it like this? Is it like that? Is it this or that? So, everywhere there is choice. That choice is created by mind. Vikalpavan. Or vikalpa also can mean something else. According to Yoga Sutra, there is a vritti called vikalpa vritti. What does that mean? It's a beautiful idea. We don't even understand that. Yoga Sutra says, Shabda-jnānānubhāti vastu-shūnyo vikalpaha. Vikalpa nidra smrtaya out of the 5 vrittis. Pramana, Viparya, Vikalpa, Nidra, Smrtaya. Vikalpa is the 3rd vritti, the middle vritti, which says Shabda-jnānānubhāti vastu-shūnya vikalpa. When I say something that is understood, but in reality there is no object, vastu-shūnya. Shabda-jnānānubhāti. Words are uttered, you understand. Vastu-shūnya, there is no object. That is called as vikalpa. Objectless understanding is vikalpa. Can I understand something which does not exist? Do you know this barren woman's son? Barren woman's son? How can barren woman have a son? If she has a son, she is not a barren woman. If she is barren woman, she does. You understand barren woman's son, right? Over. Or, you know the mare's horn. Rabbit does not have a horn. Rabbit's horn. See, with rabbit's horn, I'm going to say something, then you are going to listen, understand, rabbit's horn, what is that? That's a nice story. So, you understand, but there is no rabbit's horn. You understand, but there is no barren woman's son. Similarly, that is a vikalpa. That vikalpa also, understanding things which does not exist. That is also the characteristics of mind. So, ityādyanubhavādanyo'ntara, because of these experiences, experience also is picked, done. Shruti, they come to that. Anyontara ātmā manomaya tenaisha purna, same copy paste. Instead of prāṇamaya, I am saying manomaya. The Taittiriya Upanishad, anandamaya, then it goes to say prāṇamaya, then manomaya. So, next paragraph, I just came to the next paragraph, that's all. Okay? That is the proof. Ityādyanubhavādanyo'ntara, these etc. There are so many shrutis which prove the mind is the self. Therefore, manasah ātmā yuktaṃ. Mind is logical for accepting the mind to be the self. Over. So mind is self. Yukti, anubhava, shruti. All 3 boxes are ticked. Now, mind is self, right? Niścayametasya dūṣayatyaparo jaḍaḥ. Same statement he says. That idiot came and said this, and another idiot comes and says that is wrong. Niścayametasya. Iti etasya niścayam dūṣayatyaparo jaḍaḥ. Aparaha jaḍaḥ dūṣayati. Aparaha jaḍaḥ dūṣayati. This determination this fellow has, this conviction this fellow has, that is refuted by another idiot. Jaḍaḥ. What does he say? That idiot, that jada buddhi, he is also a smart fellow. He is not that idiot like us. So he says, kathaṃ manasa ātmatvaṃ karaṇasya drugādivat kartru prayojyam karanam nasvayam tu pravartate. Kathaṃ manasah ātmatvaṃ karanasya drugādivat kartru prayojyam karanam nasvayam tu pravartate. Drugādivat karanasya kathaṃ manasah ātmatvaṃ. Drugādivat karanasya manasah kathaṃ ātmatvaṃ. Drugādivat, like the eyesight, etc. Druk, eyesight, etc. They are sense organs. Sense organs are karana. You yourself said earlier. They are all sense organs are instruments. And like mind is also an instrument. Like the sense organs, mind also is instrument. Therefore, kathaṃ ātmatvaṃ, how can that mind be ātmā? Not you, not a person before you. Even a person before that, he has condemned that. The fellow, you are establishing mind to be ātmā. Before that, your friend who condemned the prāṇa, whom you condemned, prāṇa fellow who condemned the sense organs, whom you condemned, that fellow himself said he has that kind of intellect. You are an idiot. That is why he says jada. Because he himself understood prāṇa himself, who you refuted, he himself understood that the sense organs, which are instruments, cannot be the self. Why? Because kartru prayojyam karanam. The karana, the instruments are something which is applied, used by the user, kartru, the doer, the user. Swayam tu na pravartate. Never have we seen an instrument getting applied by itself. It decides, okay, let me. That is why we said when we are cooking, the ladle does not taste. If it starts tasting, the ladle or the vessel starts tasting the food, then we will not have any food. It's a very good, tasty, over. So that's a dangerous scenario actually. So swayam tu na pravartate, the sense organs never function on its own. Therefore, they cannot be the self. Who is the self? Tell me then. Manah prayokto yah karta tasmātprāṇasyātmatvaṃ ātmā swatantra puruṣah na prayojyah kadāchana. Manah prayokta yah karta tasmātprāṇasyātmatvaṃ ātmā swatantra puruṣah na prayojyah kadāchana. Manah prayokta karta, yaha manah prayokta karta tasmātprāṇasyātmatvaṃ arhati. The one who is applying the mind, utilizing the mind as an instrument. That karta, that doer is one who is the self. That is the self. Tasmātprāṇasyātmatvaṃ. That fellow only can be the self. Why? Ātmā swatantra puruṣah. Ātmā, self is independent. So self is, if it is self is dependent, then that cannot be self. Self is independent. Therefore, kadāchana na prayojya, he cannot be applied, he cannot be made dependent upon someone. He is independent. So the independence, one who is independent only can be the self. So here we can say karta ātmā bhavitum arhati swatantratvat. That is the utility. Okay. Now that is logic, syllogism. Now what is the experience? Aham kartasmi aham bhokta śrutīānyo'ntara buddhir ātmā bhavatyeva buddhi dharmo ahankritihi. There is another syllogism also here. So he in this you can accept both logic and as well as experience. Okay. Aham kartasmi aham bhokta sukhi iti anubhavādapi buddhi ātmā bhavati eva buddhi dharmo hi ahankritihi. Aham karta, I am the doer. Aham karta asmi, I am the doer. Aham bhokta asmi, I am the experiencer. Aham sukhi asmi, I am the one who is happy. I am the blissful. I am blissful. I am happy. Ityādyanubhavādapi, because of these experiences. The one who is doer, experiencer, happy, etc. That is I. Aham. Because of these experiences, buddhi eva ātmā bhavati. The buddhi, the intellect is that which can be the self. Why? Because you say I. Everywhere the I is there. In fact, that idiot who accepted prāṇa to be self because I am hungry, I am thirsty, etc. Because of that experience, he didn't understand. Why I am calling him an idiot? Because he didn't understand. There is I am. There is not just the hunger and thirst. Hunger and thirst is an activity of the prāṇa, but there is I am. I am is doership. That cannot be of the nature of prāṇa. That's an instrument. So the I am, which is the doer, experiencer, the happy, etc., the different nature, that fellow is the self, that is intellect. Because ahankriti buddhi dharmohi. Buddhi's nature, Buddhi's quality is ahankriti, ahankara. Ego is Buddhi's quality. One of the Buddhi's characteristics, that is ego. So, buddhi ātmā ahankrititvat, ahankaravatvat, like that you can say. That is syllogism also. Buddhi is ātmā because it has the ego. That is its dharma. Okay. Now, what is the shruti? So he says, ānyo'ntara ātmā viññānamaya ityabravīca nigamaha manasopi ca bhinnam viññānamayam kartrurūpam ātmānam. Ānyo'ntara ātmā viññānamaya iti abravīca nigamaha manasah api ca bhinnam viññānamayam kartrurūpam ātmānam. अन्योऽन्तरा आत्मा विज्ञानमयः तेनैष पूर्ण. Next paragraph. After Manomaya comes Vijnanamaya. That is the paragraph he is chanting, he is quoting us the proof. There is another inner self which is called as Vijnanamaya, which is filling this prāṇamaya, this Manomaya, because of which this Manomaya gets filled, that is, it becomes endowed with self. Therefore, iti nigamascha, this nigama, agama, shruti, veda, these are all synonyms. Okay, so this nigama, this agama, this veda, this Vedic statement, it says manasopicha bhinnam, that Vijnanamaya is the self. Manasopicha bhinnam, and it is different from the mind. Kartrupam, because it is the doer, it is of the nature of doer. Mind is an instrument, and it is used by someone. This doer, it is used by this doer. Therefore, Vijnanamayam ātmā brave. Therefore, it says the Vijnanamaya, the buddhi, the intellect is the ātmā. Okay, we'll see this. Om Purnamadah Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnamevavashishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti.